they have tremendous comebacks. This is going to be a positive. And Brad, you know where I'm going with this. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers come storming back against the New Orleans Saints to shock them and give Jordan Love his biggest victory so far as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, so I actually have some footage here from the last quarter. Here's all as we're talking about this. We'll let some of the last quarter play. Sorry, Saints fans, that you have to relive this, but it is what it is. These are all the plays that Jordan Love made in the last quarter when he was down 17-0 with 12 and a half minutes to go and came back and won this game. And there was a lot of talk, especially we got a lot of chatter from even Falcons fans when we talked about look, Jordan Love has played an incredible season so far and had one bad quarter. And I would argue that was on the defense in that Falcons game. But up to this point, there has been nothing that has convinced me that Jordan Love isn't their franchise guy and will be for years and years to come. And week one, I had said in my overreaction, my hear me out, was that the Green Bay Packers were going to win this division. And I still believe that after 3 weeks in.
And I mean, rightfully so, right? I mean, Jordan Love, the Lions are going to be there. I think it's fair to say, and the Vikings are going to play tough, and it's going to have all these moments. But so what we're seeing though is he making reads? Is he growing as a passer, as a player, and is that leadership starting to show? Because down 17-0 at home, and we talked about this last week, Brad. This was the toughest defense that they faced. The Saints defense, that unit is tough. And then you fall into the hole, and instead of, rolling over, you keep battling. And that's something that Aaron Rodgers had done for all those years in Green Bay. And for you to find a way down the stretch to pull your team out into victory is truly incredible. And again, I mean, it's realistic now that the Packers fans, if you had some doubts, well, look, they still did this. And again, guess who wasn't playing? Aaron Jones and Christian Watson, their top two weapons on offense, were not on the field, and they still found a way to win the game. And it did show early, but Jordan Love looked like he was in control. And I'm not saying it wasn't pretty throughout the game. Obviously, you can look at his numbers and the completion percentage is down. But
here's what I'll say to that, Ryan.
Yes.
Here's what I'll say. As we're watching this, there were so many catchable balls in this sequence in the fourth quarter that were dropped. So even with the incompletions, I would say there wasn't many that were on Jordan Love. There's quite a few catchable passes that just weren't caught.
Yeah, well, and you know what, and that's a part of it, but the resiliency to keep fighting, and I think that's what we're continuing to see. But so for Jordan Love, because there's a lot of the highlights going on. There's the rushing touchdown there. You're seeing his athleticism. I mean, guy can play. And I think this was something for the Packers. These are the moments we talked about in baseball with the Orioles and any athlete. If you've been in it, how do you get experience and how do you know when you get put in tough moments?
Yep.
Last week, they had a tough moment where they let a lead slip away and you lost the game. And this one, you're down. Can you fight your way back? Can you find a way? And when you're back in that same scenario, can you prove that you can find a way to win the game? And in this case, they did. Rock, you got something?
No, yeah, I think it was really cool to see. This game was awesome to see Jordan Love lead the comeback and lead the charge because it's especially at Lambeau, Packers fans were loving that. But the week before, seeing what Aaron Rodgers said to Jordan Love, I don't know if you guys saw it, but he said on the Pat McAfee show, he texted Jordan Love after that win over the Bears, and he said, congrats on keeping the ownership in place, or thanks for keeping the ownership in place. Because Aaron Rodgers' thing, for those of you out there that don't follow the Green Bay Packers, he would always say, I own you. Or he said it the one game against the Bears, it was like, I own you. And Aaron Rodgers has always carried that. And it's been cool. Like that kind of talk, that kind of hype, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. Like, I mean, he carries himself that way. So to see him supporting Jordan Love, I think that meant a lot to Jordan Love, a guy who sat behind him for the last 2 seasons, was drafted in 2020 in the first round, a guy that many thought could replace Aaron Rodgers right then and there. It was a questionable move by the Packers at the time, but now it looks like it's panning out for Green Bay, and they have their guy, and I feel like fans truly believe that this could be their franchise quarterback going forward. And to see that comeback right there, I mean, that's got to put a smile on the faces of Green Bay fans for sure.
Let me ask you this, Rocco. I asked Ryan this last time around. Who was the last Bears quarterback to sweep the Packers?
How long ago are we talking, or is that going to give it away?
1991.
And
91.
How about this? This is going to be hard. This is going to be hard for him to get here. So how about we add this part in? There's a relation.
I'm not looking it up. I'm looking up.
There's a relation to someone involved with the Baltimore Ravens right now.
There is
someone involved with the Baltimore Ravens.
Who's been involved with the Baltimore Ravens?
Who was it?
And he was a Raven.
Was it John? I mean, was it Jim Harbaugh?
Bingo.
Jim Harbaugh.
No way.
Jim Harbaugh was the last pack. So here's the crazy part. Okay. Jim Harbaugh was the last Bears quarterback to sweep the Packers.
No way.
1992, Brett Favre comes in. The rest is history.
Yeah. I mean, you go from there. Exactly.
Because then you have Rodgers and now Jordan Love's carrying that torch now too.
Yeah.
So it's just absolutely insane. What an
that?
Incredible franchise.
Yeah.
For the last 3 generations of quarterbacks.
I really would love to get out to Lambeau to see a game. I mean,
it's a bucket list item for me too.
And I want to go, guys. I feel like you got to go during a game where it's cold and it's snowy. It's got to be like, if it's like snowstorms in the area, that is the game at Lambeau that I want to go to. 100%. I don't want to go when the sun's out. I don't want to go when it's all right. It's cold a little bit. I want to go when it's frigid. I want to go when it's snowing. I want to go when it's at its worst. But for Lambeau, I feel like the atmosphere is going to be at its best when it's like that.
Oh, you mean the frozen tundra?
Yes, the frozen tundra. Exactly.
The frozen tundra.
That's why they call it that, Rip.
Hey, so I think then on that case, obviously, as it was a huge win for the Packers, disappointing for the Saints because you would have been the 3-0. Vibes were high. Derek Carr, you're going to see the severity of what's happened. Jameis Winston, I thought, played admirably. We know what he's capable, but we kind of know what his ceiling is. Saints, they still feel like they're in a good position. Tough loss.